new mini update dropped yesterday. Pulling corrupted mythics and corrupted elements in general just got marginally easier, and I'm going to be showing you how. But before I do that, be sure to subscribe and join the Discord because it helps a ton. And to acquire this new buff to pulling mythics and just elements in general, like I said, you're going to need a shit ton of radium, to be honest, and you're going to need to head over to the jungle where you're going to talk to the old man. Now, most people know where this guy's already at, but I'm just going to show anyways, just because there might be some people who don't, and just because, like, if I say, oh, go to the old man, you might just not remember where that's at. So it's just going to be right in here to the jungle and behind this waterfall. You're going to need to clear out some of these enemies just because they're awake, unlike the gorillas. Is he following me? He's not following me. And he's going to be right back here. This is the old man that you need to talk to get this new little buff that they just added. So right in here, you don't need to worry about any of this. Click next, and then when you get to this point, this page, you're going to see refund skill points and purchase corruption potions. Now the refund skill points is pretty cheap. It's only 2,000 radium, and it's for one skill point refund. But before, you had to pay for this every time, so it is very nice to see that there's a free-to-play play to get this now, or a free-to-play way to get this now. That's always nice to see. But we're mainly here for the corruption potion right now. That is 10,000 radium, but it lasts for the next 100 spins, and it brings your corruption chance from 1% to 2.5% chance, because normally it's 1%, and after this is 2.5%. That's a pretty steep bump, but it's got its drawbacks, like being really fucking expensive, 10,000 radium, and also only lasting for 100 spins. But out of those 100 spins, on average, you're going to be pulling 2.5 corrupteds. Maybe those are mythics, maybe those are like a legendary dragon or something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go ahead and just buy one. Okay, so now that I'm out of there and I'm back at the menu, I'm going to show you guys just me pulling 100 spins, and this is how you know it's active. So it's not like you're just like trying to fucking memorize it. It's right there. It just tells you right at the bottom. I think I'm also actually going to pop a super lucky potion, and maybe an ultra lucky if I have it, just to really maximize my luck. Who knows, maybe I get really lucky right here and I pull one. Let's see. I'm not sure what happened, but for some reason, my game crashed right there. I really don't know if I got anything or not. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll never know. So as you can see, it is still really hard to pull some of these corrupted elements. I got some rares and some epics, but I did not manage to get a legendary and a mythic. I kind of didn't think I would, because it is still, even with the 2.5%, it is still very rare to pull that. And that also kind of leads me into my next point, because I want to take a minute to talk about corrupteds and just their role in the game. So I'm actually about to go on a quick little yap session about why I don't like corrupteds. And as you guys probably know, this game isn't always the most balanced game in the whole wide world. And I really do think the root cause of this is corrupteds. Like, for instance, how do you make endgame content that is hard for a corrupted user? The answer is you don't. You can't unless you make it impossible for everybody else. And your rebuttal might be like, well, yeah, Cat, that's why you need to try and pull a corrupted. You need to grind, get your gems, pull a corrupted. But the problem is it's just not feasible. Like, it's genuinely not possible. The odds are so low, you aren't ever going to. Like, just look at the odds. It's like a 1% chance to pull a corrupted on top of that 0.25% chance to just pull the mythic. It's so insanely hard. The vast majority of people are just going to have to trade for theirs. And so to effectively be able to play like Nightmare Halloween Dungeon, you just have to be a good trader. Like, I don't know, that just seems so silly to me. And the Nightmare Halloween Dungeon is a perfect example of this. People complain to me all the time, Cat, I can't beat it. And I always tell them, that's because you aren't meant to be able to. That mode is meant for people who trade and were able to get a corrupted mythic through that. Because I'll tell you, like, just looking at me, like, I have an insane amount of time in this game. I've pulled an insane amount of times. I just have crazy time, and I've never pulled a corrupted. All of mine were from trading. Now, how do I think they fix this? Well, I think you bring corrupted down to 1.25x buff or 1.5x buff. That way, they're still very desirable, and you'll be noticeably stronger, but you aren't shattering the balance of the game. Because how do you make something that challenges both a kit and a C kit user? How do you do that? You don't. It's not possible. But by making them closer in damage, you can begin to. You can also increase the odds to get it corrupted, so that way people feel like it's actually possible. Like if they play and they do grind, they can get it, or just change ways to get them, even if those ways are still kind of hard. Or like making corrupted base odds, like I was just saying, make it easier. Make it like 2.5x instead of just having the potion that way. Just have it always that way, and maybe the potion brings it up to like 3.5 or something like that. So that way people feel like they can actually still possibly pull it, and people have a chance to get it. So that way it can maintain its strength. Or you can just do what I think you should do and kind of just nerf it. Because again, it's like to go from a 1x buff with normal kit to a 2x is just crazy. But I also still think it would be better to make it so more people can still strive for it. Because even if you do then bring it down to 1.5x or 1.25x, people still are like, okay, well, it's still kind of impossible for me to pull. I'm still gonna have to trade for it, you know? So I think like maybe nerfing it pretty heavily and then also making it moderately easier to get. And like I said before, you'll be able to see this duality of like normal endgame players versus like corrupted endgame players played out perfectly in the Halloween event. And yeah, that's how to pull mythics easier now, and also my opinions on corrupteds in general. Went on a bit of a tangent, but I've been wanting to talk about it and get some other opinions. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya.